Yo, what up, people? What's going on? What's happening?
Howdy, hey. Welcome to the show. We are building the UI for the client acquisition system. That means a lot of the work I'm doing today is going to be on Supabase, making sure the back end and the data infrastructure is really well mapped out. I've already done a great job and a lot of progress. I just built it from scratch over the last 10 days. However, I want to future-proof a little bit for some of the concepts and ideas that are coming, which is what we're about to do over the next 30 minutes, just breaking down some thoughts for the UI, the presentation of data, how to tell the story, how to manage campaigns, manage pipelines, stuff like that. And I'm just gonna, all the support that happens right after the sales call and right before the sales call, and even tracking what's going on during the sales call, like all of that data we need to be able to save inside of Supabase and then display intelligently on our front end. So we're gonna knock out some brainstorming for that over the next 30 minutes. Then I'll whip up Claude code, and I'm going to start putting together the project in Claude code, and we'll knock it out and have a day. Zach just asked me what are the pillars that I need in my life to feel like I have success, and I'm at the peak. Of
most efficient, you.
I'd say most effective. I always get it done, but I love to run, drink lots of water, sleep a lot, and spend a lot of time in the sun. And if I can do those four things, run, water, sleep, and just be in the sun, I'm perfect.
So perfect. Sleep, exercise, nutrition, focus and clarity on where you're going, financial buffer, and social connection.
For you.
For me. Yeah. As those pillars that need to be in place for us to be at our best self. Hey, sweetie, sorry, we're live right now on Trajan's channel.
Hey, Ari.
So we're trying to do our social media thing.
Ya va, que no te escucho.
You can go talk. I need a...
No, I'm just saying that.
¿Qué dijiste?
No, I was just saying that we were doing, look. Can you see this?
We're live, right?
Yeah, we're live.
Hey.
And Trajan says, hello.
Hola.
And so we're trying to do social media stuff, and I'm trying to practice, and I'm trying to get some stuff done.
I just want him to brainstorm with
Is there
me,
any
that's
way
all.
that we can talk later?
I love you.
Bye, love you, bye. It's hard, man. It's hard having a significant other that you have to cater to
Just
while
so you know,
still
you're
doing.
live on the internet, just as a fun reminder.
I don't think I want to not be my. If we're gonna do
Oh no,
live
definitely
here all
be
the
yourself
time,
at all moments.
I don't think I'm going to. I can't hold back. I can't.
As
even
far as
think about.
as far as the people might have questions. The people might want to participate as well, and they're here right now with us in this room. So say what's up to them too whenever you walk by the camera. I guess
People, I bet you probably have significant others as well, and sometimes when you're trying to stay focused on business, and you could go harder and do more, because as an entrepreneur, you can never stop doing more. Also, prioritizing things that are important in your life, such as your relationship, and kind of juggling the two. It's really hard sometimes. That's all I was commenting on.
There's a big hole in my pants.
I'm gonna get you some new clothes, brother. Well, I think it's style.
I mean,
right?
I have
It's
clothes.
flow.
I
It's
have
flow.
other pants. I just remembered that I just found this hole like 3 days ago while I was at the girl's house. And they're like, there's a hole in your pants. I was like, oh, I think it happened while I was on the motorcycle.
I think it's gonna be It's gonna be like a fashionable thing.
You think so?
Yeah. Holes in pants. I mean, you've seen them on the front end,
Yeah. So
right?
just
And
put it back.
at some point, they're gonna be here, because that's how fashion evolves.
Yeah,
So you're just fashion forward.
that's it. I'm ahead of my time. All right, UI data.
Stay on focus.
This is my question for you.
Yes.
Okay, so actually we can just start with the list of things you told me you wanted to track here.
Bet.
Again, I'm going to make something custom for you that is dynamic for all. That is my
Custom for me, that's dynamic for all, so therefore I'm prototype X. I get it.
hi.
When I thought of it, man, I was just like, oh man, that's so cool. Because it's like, as a salesperson, it's like getting like a wish list. And we got Santa Claus here that's about to literally just make my wish list. And just so I'm like way more efficient, way more productive. I'm able to do exactly what 100 people could do. But I'm just one person. And I'm empowered with AI. Call me Prototype X. Hey.
Shouts out. All right, KPIs to track, full funnel. ICP breakdown, it's total of leads in the funnel by ICP types. You want to be able to see, oh, I have 300 staging companies, I have 200 construction companies. Number of active leads, I'm assuming in the actual system. Like, what is the difference between of leads and funnel by ICP?
Yep, this is what so active for me is like where they're actually receiving copy. There's like people that are waiting.
Yes.
And there's people that are actively receiving copy. So actually the way you have it in your build, they have like the wait steps in between the actions as well. So it'd be nice to know, okay, if we're not going to run it every single week to everybody, how many are in limbo? How many are getting action? How many are in queue? Maybe that's too much, but
yeah, just
like action in queue, like in funnel and resting. You feel me?
Enough. So you just want to see what cadence that they're on, right? They've gotten day one outreach. They're on day one wait.
Let me get a notebook. I think my words, I don't do a good job of.
No, I mean and in addition to being able to see how many we're about to upload, like how many leads we have that we haven't put into the actual workflow.
I got you. I did this the other day with Susan. I feel like the way that I describe shit, sometimes people are just like, what? I feel like I'm the Daniel thing.
Oh,
All right. So, right, we got our rest period, and then we got our active period, right? And then in our active period, we've got action happening, and we got rest in between the action. So really what I would like to know, just as a top line, the number of rest outside of action, and then how many are inside. GHL does a good job of this, of like active enrolled. Like active enrolled. You know what I mean?
yes. So you want an active enrolled, not by the whole workflow, because I could get that probably. What? I'm not gonna ask that for too many things, but what decision is that gonna help you make?
That's our active top line.
So yeah, this is the ones that are in a campaign. I just launched a campaign. It's running for 7 days. I can do that. Like, hey, they're inside of the 7-day campaign, but I'm asking, are you trying to tell me to go deeper? No, that's fine. If I can do that. Like, we have 700 people inside of the thing right now. That's fine. Already done. There's an active status on the campaigns. They turn to inactive at the end of when they finish to go high level.
They go into rest period.
Yeah, they just stop, and also in Supabase they get turned to inactive. So I'll be able to display that. That's good. I get that.
Because that's our top line. Because our whole hypothesis is if we just keep on doubling top line, then our bottom line revenue will also exponentially increase.
Yes.
That's our whole hypothesis, is that CAS is the most efficient cold section of the core 4 because it automates and AI at scale. And we need to know what our active top line is, and we need to track what the bottom line revenue is as it relates to that top line, and see that double, and see how that correlates to bottom line or gross profit if we want to do it.
So what's some of the other stuff you want to track?
So from there, next, what's next on your list? Cool.
The one you texted me.
Yep. New reply, qualified book, no show, close loss, time spent. Aha. So We got our funnel. We now have it. Visually, we need to see the lever points inside the funnel. So, and I'd like to track it via time.
Are we talking about in the sales call itself, or?
Here. Yep. So we got top line right here, right? And then we're now in the funnel, right? And then they're receiving first message, second message, third message, right? And things are happening, like replies are happening, right? Booked appointments, qualifications, interest, right? Things are happening inside. What I'd like to do is track those things, those actions, by way of time, away from initially being put into the funnel. Why? Because every data point that we can track inside of here is essentially like a lever. And we have to literally be data scientists and see all of those little variables and see how they correlate with each other in order to first generate a baseline as to what does normal look like for the CAS system, right? What is, as it relates to our offer, as it relates to our messaging today, right? And so, just like any funnel, the way that you make it so that at the very bottom just shoots out more money is you see how this variable affects this variable. And then this variable affects this variable. So you could see if you get a 2% increase here, it increases this shit by 40%.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Just time, like when you say you want it to track it by time, what do you mean? You just want to see the total amount of time it takes for a lead to get put into the system to the point where they're booked, or you want to be able to filter by time, like you want to filter by day, by
Every
week, by month?
single act, ideally every single. Now, if that's not possible,
Yes, it's fine. This is just my hypothetical. Like
Okay.
that type of time, if what you're asking for is just like you want to see how long from start to a certain stage. Do you want to see in between stages, like from this stage to that stage? We'll just have to track, like, we'll have to have an update log on, like, a log itself that just says, okay, this contact moved to this contact, moved to that contact at this time. It would probably just be on the contacts page, and a log tracking when the stage is moved. So it'd just be a matter of like stage management.
I need you to get my back here. As I go through this, I'm gonna overanalyze this because that's what you want me to do. You want me to obsess over this. A lot of this, I have a feeling, might be, I'm just gonna go through my wish list. We should probably then take the wish list and then prioritize it so we don't overbuild from day one and just get kind of like some key kind of factors.
Okay, so you want to keep going through your wish list? Can I get that one? You want to track by time in between stages?
So you get that, right? Okay, perfect. Let's just keep going through the wish list. All right, so message replies, KPIs. So specifically around like how soon does somebody reply back to our copy out or our reply out, so that we can see if the copy is effective or not, right? Or the prompting is effective or not, right? Because the hypothesis is that somebody would reply faster if it's enticing enough.
Yeah, and a lot of this is a matter of speed. So if we can shorten the amount of time it takes for somebody to enter the funnel,
I think that's the first one we go after. That's the reason why when I heard Alex go, like, whenever he gets appointments, he trains his team to basically bring appointments forward.
Yeah, I understand. What's the next one?
Okay, so this has to do with the specific initial pieces. So this is like RVMs, SMS, so that's what I'm talking about next. So what I'm specifically talking about is our delivery rates around these, which I believe you're already tracking.
No, I'm not. Well, actually, yes, I am. Because we queue every message and then we update it later with the status of the message. So that is the delivery rates.
And then obviously I know you're tracking costs.
Yeah.
I know you are. So that's the reason why I was like, oh, you're probably tracking delivery rates.
I am.
Okay, cool. And then same thing for SMS. And then
I'm excited for building this UI because we already have a lot of data that can be visualized from just even the first week of running it.
Yeah, me too. I'm like a data nerd. I think I'm gonna be into this season, bro. I can't wait for walks with the, you know what I mean, and then the just obsessing over the little data points and the psychology behind what the words that I say.
Okay, what's next?
I'm super excited for that, man. It's gonna be so sick. All right, REM, SMS.
What is a callback frequency window?
Yeah. So, for example, what happened with that one client, I was missing the 4 o'clock. He called back. He called in.
Yeah.
And I'm specifically talking about how many people, based on our copy, actually called us. And then if we can get that in a queue somewhere, then I can have an auto dialer kind of like go through that real fast. Because that's the most efficient way to do all of the callbacks. When I had my retail agent push to an Airtable, and I had all of those missed calls, like I wish I had a dialer that I could just right through those.
Okay, so everybody who calls back, right now we have a receptionist picking that up. So how do you want to be able to? If you just want a total call count, we already are doing that. Inbound calls, we have a call count, so we can see how many.
Plus every data point that has come through by a phone number on a call report that just populates to a Supabase table, and then that APIs into Mojo Dialer, which I already know I'm going to use because I'm already familiar with that technology.
Do you care about the outcome of the call to determine whether or not it goes to this list, or you just want everybody who ever calls?
Yeah, I'm thinking about downtime for the sales team.
Okay.
At first, just to get at bats,
So
or like the newer guys at bats.
Because some of those people would have scheduled an appointment on that call. Do you want to be calling them also?
Oh no, we could probably at the end of call report have a variable that then is the filter.
That's why I'm asking you, what call outcome do you want to filter by? Is it
Okay,
scheduled,
gotcha.
not going to be?
Gotcha.
Okay, cool. I'm assuming not interested. Fuck it. Have the
No,
sales
all of them. You know why?
That's what I was about to say. Call
Yeah.
them.
Push it forward.
The not interested sales team calls them. Cool. The interested sales team calls them. Cool. Those are really they won't be disqualifying anybody. Other than that, it's like a D&D. Like people are like, hey, don't call me again, so we won't do that one. Like remove me from your list.
Which we should keep we should definitely keep
Well, we have a list. We keep them all in D&D. It's one section that they always move to. Anybody who curses out the AI, moves to D&D.
And saved it with a tag of ID funny. Please, I want to do that.
There's a lot of them. I mean, if you want to save them, please. Yeah, feel free. Just take screenshots of the text messages. They get wild.
Yeah.
They get wild.
Let's totally a whole chat, like a whole Instagram page just on that shit.
The funny shit that people say to our AI.
That.
Yeah. Hey, creative vocabulary. That's what I'll tell you. They have great imagery.
And we do funny bleep outs like oh, or like where they're about to curse, and then like something out left field that's like woo, like you know what I mean? Just like and then edit it like that.
SMS performance, delivery rates,
All right, next.
appointment conversion KPIs, percentage of total leads that become booked appointment, average delay, average delay time from first message to booking, which we already know.
Yeah.
Percentage of booked appointments coming from RVM SMS. How will we be able to track the percentage of bookings coming from RVM versus SMS? RVM isn't really a do you mean call versus SMS? Like by what channel did they actually book the appointment on? It won't be. I think that's what you mean.
Repeat it back.
Percentage of booked appointments coming from RVM versus SMS.
Yeah.
You mean call, right?
Percentage of booked appointments that are coming
We're sending
from
RVMs
SMS
and SMSs to everybody at the same time.
and RVMs. So yes, I guess it would be inbound call versus SMS.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Because some people text back from the RVM. Like,
yeah, it's like if we could track it somehow with numbers, specific.
the thing, it's both. We send the RVM at the same time we send the text message.
Yeah.
So it's like it's hard to know, and I don't think it's
separate retail agent associated with the SMS inbound calls. And
all the
then
calls.
RVMs.
Everything forwards to the same receptionist number. Text message if they call, it forwards to the same number.
Too much of an iteration right now. At some point in the future, we can totally separate that and have those funnels, so we can really granularize.
Okay, well, yeah. Right now we'll stick to like cadence conversions.
Keep
like
it simple. Keep it simple.
cadence one of the
Honestly,
whole
it's
thing.
like, what can you spend under 24 hours, bro?
I mean, it's already built this way. I'm just double checking for a lot of it. Like the Supabase is what has to be.
I know it has to be solid.
Yeah.
Which it seems like you did do.
The UI, the last UI I built literally took me 40 minutes.
spend 3 minutes real fast talking about Supabase and how you architected it, so that this could be all of these data points could be tracked properly.
I don't know. It's smart. I have like 6 tables right now. There's a credit system built into it. There's a partners table that allows me to put dynamic variables in, so it allows for the whole system, all the credentials, all of everything to be dynamic if it needs to be. Credit tracking on every action. We're able to send text messages out, emails out, ringless voicemails out, AI to pick up the phone calls, AI to pick up the texts over email or over SMS. Handles replies. Every single reply is tracked. There's conversation history between both the voice AI and the text AI, because we save all of the data about the conversation somewhere that both AIs have full access to. Every interaction is tracked for each partner has a campaign, so you can do multiple campaigns of different ICPs or different offers or whatever. Each campaign has a set of contacts actively in that campaign, so contacts could be in 2 campaigns at once per se, and they have their own unique identifiers based on the contact and go high level and the campaign ID itself. So we can see how many total leads in all of our campaigns inside of one partner account, right? Which is a location and go high level. We're able to track pipeline stage movement, active status, whether they're actively in a campaign right now or they finished that campaign. Spin tax for every campaign. I have an AI conversational assistant that is asking questions to be able to create the prompt for the agents dynamically, because we have like 42 variables that are customized that allows to just insert those 42 variables dynamically into our AI agent prompt to make it completely custom for a business owner. So that's all tracked. It's like so that's 42 different columns on Supabase, right, for each of those variables.
That's wild, bro.
Spin tax also.
So it's like 42-bit. It's like 42-bit right now. Like
that's just
what does 198-bit look
there are
like?
60 in that campaigns table or row. Each row has right now about like it's like 80. There's 80 columns in there because that's like 80 different variables that are associated specifically to that campaign. Which is pretty fucking cool. You know, that's it'll allow for enough like dynamic use, but still in a structure that that is like pretty universal. Because we've sent a lot of fucking text messages, you know, so we really know how to do these campaigns.
Once you have the space to double the amount of those variables.
I don't think that's the point. I think it's being more effective with each of the variables
okay,
to minimize the amount of.
Okay.
I don't want to have 42 customized variables to understand how to like do outreach. I think inevitably the AI is recursive and finds its own opportunities to notice universal patterns to apply to its own prompting. So now it's just like we tweak 20 variables because the rest it applies to like 95% of the conversations. Right, so it's not over optimizing for the last 5. I'd even say 10%. 90% is really solid for I think being effective with the AIs. It's like AI can get, if we can get to 90% effective, like really short and to the point, the less variables we use, the better. Trying to add twice as many variables to get that last 5% isn't worth the squeeze. Right, there's somewhere else where we can be more effective and efficient with the process. And think about the user experience. Like if we have 160 variables, that's 160 variables somebody has to see and adjust, right? Do something with. But 16 and eventually like literally
and that's the
4,
art.
8.
And that's the art.
That's what I want to get down to.
And that's the art right there. No, that was perfect. What you just described of this versus this.
So that's campaigns. Contacts can be in each of the campaigns. Contacts have all the information about the contact, where we source the contact from, how much it costs, have they replied or not, what stage they're on. Each of the contacts have a message chain with every message that was sent to them versus received from them on any channel, all tracked with the cost. And did we actually charge a credit for it or not? How much was our actual cost? Every action that we charge a credit for is tracked in the credits transactions table with exactly why it was charged. It's like a transaction audit log. And then like a campaign creation table for being able to store conversational history while creating the campaign. I'm gonna have to add a user table for the UI, and that's, I think, the overall architecture really is pretty simple. Everything like it's all linked, so the partner ID is also on each campaign, is also on each contact, is also on each message, is also on each transaction itself. Nice. So literally we have a full trail of like, okay, this is all the stuff going on this partner's account, and we can also look at each level inside of that.
One of these, a fingerprint.
Yeah.
One of those. Every single data point has a fingerprint.
Time in between call, number of back and forth turns before booking. I think this this is too much. This is OD. Number of back and forth turns before booking on a call. Wait, phone call, like with the AI, like AI phone call. I'm not doing that. I'll do, but definitely call duration, time in before appointment, ask before the AI asks for an appointment. Because then I have to track. That's a whole
top.
Okay.
If it's too granular,
yeah,
I trust you.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
See, shit like that, you got to trust your partner in this. He's responsible for that. He's responsible for all the technology. So I'm just the guy that has the crazy mind.
Strategy used, pain-based, proof-based, authority frame. Yeah, we'll just track call effectiveness for now before we get into like the nitty-gritty of like each little detail inside of the call. But just
our appointment, are we booking appointments on that channel? How much is it costing us? Is it worth the what's the CAC? That's like we'll do the numbers and the first, and we'll work backwards if we have to go deeper. Appointment date lag. Number of booked appointments within 24 hours, 48 hours, 3 to 7. Booked out in advance. Yes, I could do that. I think it'd be another column for. I mean, we already have a column for like when was an appointment created. Actually, no, I don't think we do. We should. Column for appointment creation and the date of the appointment, and I have to have a third column that tracks the difference between that time. Well, no, that would just be some math, like a query that we could do on the front end.
I think everything you can do, not everything you should do, but the thing that we should solve for is how can you do it in 24 hours or less?
Yeah, well, okay, I'm not doing percentage of appointments booked. Well, maybe, I don't know. Me and AI will talk about it. I don't know what I can or can't do in 24 hours until Claude tells me, hey, this is what we're going to do. And we talk about it, and then we usually just knock it out. So Claude is like, this is going to take 3 weeks, and then it's done in 9 hours. So who knows? Lead source attribution, lead origination method, Google search, manual input referral, lead source attribution. Yeah, we're just going to have like lead type. Well, we have lead source and lead cost, and that's our attribution. Any of those can be, noted. If it was a referral, that's the lead source, right? If it's a purchased lead, just who did we purchase it from, Close rate by source, yes, we'll be able to see that because we can see which stage every contact is on, and every contact has its lead source and its lead cost. That one's easy. Sales appointment KPIs, appointment attendance, show rate, no show, average delay between booking and actual appointment. I think we already had that somewhere. Rescheduled percentage versus first time shows. Yeah, we're just gonna need a stage audit log
So what that does is a stage audit log will allow us to track the, like, when did each contact move through each stage and how long were they at a stage. Did they have to reschedule the first appointment? Then they moved back to scheduled appointment because it actually got scheduled, and then they were not interested for 3 months, and then they got re-engaged and somehow got another appointment scheduled. Great, and that one finally closed. So that's important to be able to see. That is a stage audit log that we will be having inside of the per contact. So it's going to be on the contacts table. So we can tell that kind of story with the data. A lot of this is already built in, right? It's just like being, I covered like 80% of what needed to be in the database. So now we're doing the session so that I can just like cover what might come in the future, maybe. Like where are we building to? Just like keep that in mind at the foundation before I finalize some of the Supabase stuff. Okay, closer framework. You want to be able to just analyze the actual sales call itself. So that needs to be its own table with just like sales.
Okay.
Maybe not. Well, I have to think
because it doesn't exist currently.
Well, you want a lot. Your mom's calling you. You just want every detail of the sales. It's just saving the closer framework as a transcript, like summary with like one column. So if you take a sales call, you probably just save that on the contact inside of that campaign.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
I wonder which we probably just associate the sale with the latest campaign. Like if they went through 2 different campaigns, and then we would just check for which was the most recent campaign they were active in. I think that's probably a fair assumption.
Yes,
I don't know. That's what we're gonna do.
You don't know my calendar. I'm back to back. I can't.
ICP specific performance, so just how well are we converting based on the ICP type we're reaching out to. Stagers versus construction.
Yes, Mom.
Most common objections by ICP. So all of this is just like sales analysis.
Yep, I'm in the middle of a meeting. I'll call you right back. I love you. Bye. My mom's sorry.
Decision outcome, yes or no, maybe later. So this is just all like just the sales stuff. So we'll keep that with wherever we're tracking pipeline stages.
Do you see the direction that I wanted to go in now? Like how granular I want to get and why?
All of this is
going to be on you to just report back to a form or something.
Oh, wait.
Oh, well, I guess no. Sorry, AI. I forgot. AI tracking the
Thank
stuff
you.
and putting it,
Well,
doing analysis. It's like
why did that? Why
I don't know.
forget
It's like
that?
it's like one prompt.
Everything is possible. Everything's how do we say it? Everything is possible. Everything's amazing. From the Lego movie. Is that from the Lego movie?
Yeah. He's like, everything is awesome.
Everything is awesome.
Yeah. That's easy. So it's like literally just one prompt and then save in a column called sales analysis. I'm just thinking about how do you tell that how like the decision outcome yes, no, maybe later. If yes, did I collect payment? Yeah, I guess we'll just track like I guess you know how many yeses, how many nos. I'm just gonna have to
It's
get a prompt
24 hours to get something workable.
decision outcome.
Or actually, Trajan, to be honest with you, it's your magic. I think you're an A player. I just gotta trust you that you just execute, and you just gotta trust me that I execute.
Percentage,
Whatever it
same
needs to
call,
look like
payment
for
collection.
you to just execute.
A lot of this is just so. This is
Just
a lot of this
execute.
is just stuff on
So it's
sales
just
call.
that's how it works.
Yeah, I hear you. A lot of the stuff on the rest of this list is just like a sales analysis of the sales call and tracking. Like it's just going to be an AI that I'm going to write a prompt that gets all of these statistics that we need to extract from every call, and then we'll save it in a row on the contact.
I just feel like I'd be more effective if I had more data to look and see what the fuck is going on. I'm just acting and anecdotal evidence isn't good evidence because it's biased by me. So I just need to be able to see what's going on, what's happening, so I can just focus on action and I don't have to worry about what happens.
Other than that, outside, obviously, the important things like customer acquisition cost, LTV, lifetime value. We're probably not going to do LTV right now. We're just going to do up to CAC. Yeah, just like how much did it cost us to get the client to get an appointment to cash collect the first time. We should probably eventually also be tracking, obviously. Well, we do need to track reoccurring payments as well, so I'll have to think about what are we doing for managing the data for the customers who are actively, paying. That's just credit system, though. Yeah, I love the way that we did this. It's all credit, so it's fucking easy to track payment history and, what is our LTV on the client. We can just see how many credits they've used it.
That's our current hypothesis as the best business model, because both Go Aria and the way that you're having this thing structured is credit based.
Yeah.
And I think it's perfect because guess what's happening? We're becoming more and more of a credit economy. With buy now, pay later, 4 years ago it was only $2 billion. Today it's like $120 billion of buy now, pay. Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
The economics team.
Yeah, the economics of it is phenomenal. The way the money model, shout out Alex Hormozy, $100 million money models. He very much breaks that down as to why that's important. I love his analogy on when he talks about if you take an employee does work for 2 weeks and then they get paid. You take a contractor, like a construction guy, he gets maybe a 25% deposit, time elapses, and then he gets paid, right? And then if you think about, let's say a doctor, for example, a doctor, what they'll do is they'll book the surgery, get paid, and then 6 months go by, and then they do the work. And then the one that I love so much is insurance industry. Insurance industry, you get paid, and maybe you might not ever have to do work.
Which is insane. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Cool. I think we're good. I just realized that I wasn't recording this on Loom, and the reason I had a Loom up earlier was so I could take the transcript of the Loom and put it in the Claude. But I only live streamed like a dummy. But you're recording on your phone over there, right? Yeah. Can you send me that? Good luck. Appreciate that. Yeah, sure. So you always have a backup in the room?
Always have a backup in the room.
Write that down. That one's a record everything if you can.
Yo, dude, I'm telling
Get
you,
your
cameras in every single corner in this place. We're gonna turn this into a podcast studio right here / your office, and then like Senor de la Casa over there, then maybe another kind of like bench over there with a lot of stuff. Like, I'm telling you, my guy.
You never know when gold's gonna strike.
Is it working? Did you work?
Yeah. All right, team. We're gonna go on a.
I'm not sure.
We're gonna go on a little 5 minute. To ooh, what I'm trying to send you Mercury money for. The little airdrop touch. Okay, 5 minute break. Go get some water. Do whatever you want, but I'm gonna consolidate some of this information, and then we're gonna start talking to Claude. I'm also going to get the recording from Zach of that conversation. We'll take it to Claude Code, and we'll start putting together our global rules for the Claude Code project, our layer 2 specific research for each task. And really, we're just gonna start by having a conversation about building out the rest of the Supabase and looking at where it's already at and where it's gonna go. That's the project. That's what we're doing today. And we're gonna take all of that Supabase stuff and make a UI. The UI should take like, I don't know. Usually I do UI with Lovable, but I'm sure I can whip something up nice with Claude Code pretty quickly too. The UI should really only take like 2 hours at most, at least for this stage.
So
scratch that. I've never used Cloud Code before. Let me give myself 4 hours for the first ever attempt. I've coded it with a lot of AI though, so use Lovable, CarServe, WinServe. A lot of Lovable though, like a ton. For a year I've been on Lovable, just ripping it. Okay, come back in 5. All right, guys. Little reshuffle.
Well, it's getting warm. Let's do a walk and talk. I'm sorry, you say something?
No, I'm just talking to the live people, to the people here with us.
Okay.
We're gonna go do some partner agreements and ink to paper stuff, which I love. I will not do that on screen here because we're gonna go for a walk, but I'm gonna go live again in probably like an hour and a half. Come hang out. We'll build this whole thing together. Let me know what you're working on in the comments when we come back, and we'll chat, kick it. Cool. Drink some water. Take some deep breaths. Peace.